I'm going to be discussing episode 5 and 6 of Peacemaker. We didn't get to episode 5 because of technical issues last week, so we'll be coming in this one. So we're going to be discussing episode 6 first and then kind of go back a little bit with episode 5. So here in the sixth one, Myrn after reading. At the end of the last episode, Danielle Brooks' character...
I think we should just talk about these as one like complete like 2-part arc, because it kind of feels like that watching them back to back.
Yeah.
So at the end of episode 4, we get the reveal that Myrn is in fact a butterfly.
5, you mean, episode 5.
Well, they reveal that in episode 4, but then Adebayo finds that out in 5.
Okay, yeah, 5. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So she finds out. Yeah, she finds out in 5 because she puts on Peacemaker's helmet, and then she does the X-ray vision. Those helmets are kind of badass, though. I mean, you know what I mean? I got to give credit where credit's due. You know, even though it's made by white supremacists. Okay, well, you know, hey, those is all kind of badass there. And you know, she finds out. You know, sees the butterfly in his head. He comes after her. You think he might kill her, might do something, but you know, it's revealed that other people on the team know. And that he's actually working.
Hardcore and Economos both figured it out.
Well, actually, I think Hardcore just figured out. She told Economos about it, and then he just plugs his ears.
It's like he literally plugs his ears.
And so he's working with the team to basically eliminate these other butterflies, because he says, well, they went rogue. We just came to this planet, just to survive, just to live. But then now these other...
I just wanted to live here. Not inhabit anything, just live.
Yeah, and what happened is just all of a sudden there's some rogue butterflies that just want to take over the planet. So he's working with this task force to help eliminate all these kind of other rogue butterflies. That's why he's doing this.
Who plays Myrn?
It's an actor, Chukwudi Awuji. I don't remember seeing him in anything big. He was in stuff like Designated Survivor, in that Ava DuVernay show When They See Us. He was in Dynasty, Designated Survivor.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to bring it up because I hadn't really seen him in anything else too. I noticed maybe small roles, maybe if I missed it. I'm gonna be paying attention to him in the future, because at the beginning of episode 6, he is just all the time he's been pulled back. Episode 6 in the beginning is like he is just unleashed, and his eyes do all the acting for him, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, he's incredible in this, and he's going to be working with James Gunn again in Guardians 3.
Oh my goodness, fantastic!
As an
good for
unknown
him,
character,
man.
Yeah,
great. I mean, just fantastic, because
because he is incredible in the 6th episode, because he's been so pulled back emotionally, so stoic for the last 5 episodes. He gets to really act his ass off. And just once again sell how much of a bad dude Clemson Myrn really was.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you have this alien inhabiting his body, and he sees everything that Myrn has done in his past, and he is horrified.
Yeah. Not only is he horrified, but he's horrified at himself. The alien is horrified at himself for what he had to do, because the others have to be stopped. But I love that there's that beautiful moment where he's just like, but I can see it. He could have still changed, and I have to live with that. I have to live that I took that from him.
He still could have changed, and I took that from him.
And I gotta live with that. I gotta live with it. Like, this is his prison now, and he has to live with that. And you're like, that's what makes him compelling. And I'm glad that was like a pullback from, I think it was episode 2 or 3, when he was talking to Gregor's dye beard. And he was talking about he's like, you think you need to be chilly? I used to think that. I used to say, I was too good for that. And then at the very end of it, he says, I think I'm chilly. Really? No. But it seemed like a good character moment for me to say that. And that was just like a little moment. I'm like, I like that. I'm pretty sure he might be an alien, but I like that he was just... But it seemed like a good moment to just say that for growth.
Yeah. He blends the drama and comedy really well. I think
he does.
Like a lot of people do in this show.
Yeah. That's something that James Gunn excels at. I'd say he's a master at blending comedy with drama, because with this show you could be laughing hysterically at like a little offhanded line here and there, and the next, like you are kind of with the two cop characters who are played by Annie Chang and Lachlan Monroe, and they're just back and forth with Augie Smith, and just like that little joke is like ching chong chafy chopsticks. Yeah, what that really means is it looks like a toad. My haircut looks like a toad took a shit on my head. And then see ya. Then Monroe just wouldn't want to be ya. And then they were just like, really, dude? It's like, I already nailed him. You fucked it up. And then the next moment, it's devastating because Annie Chang's character, Detective Song, gets taken over by the butterfly.
Yeah,
that was in Goff.
Goff.
Yeah.
Who wants quote unquote peace, and I'm sharing quote unquote peace by assimilation.
Yeah.
We want to be the dominant species.
Yeah, peace by I'm gonna take over all of you.
Right. So that's gonna be it. I'm assuming they just have to take out Groff, or they gotta take out basically just have to take out the food supply, and then they're all dead.
Or maybe
that's gonna be way harder, because they have a quote unquote cow, which was a great beginning. There's like, oh yeah, there's a cow. So anyways, there's a cow opening cut.
Cal said, sounds like the Nazi message. I guess peace by assimilation. Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's basically sounds like what they're going after.
Yeah. And then you have this episode. So Robert Patrick, he got let out of jail. And so as soon as he gets out of jail, he's like, I'm just gonna kill my son, a son that he's always hated ever since he was a kid, and everything like
Killed
that.
His favorite son by accident.
Yeah, and
because when you train skilled killers at birth, that might happen, in rough play between two people.
Yeah.
Yep. So we get him out of jail with his neo-Nazi buddies, and he puts on the white dragon suit that we saw a few episodes ago.
Not, of course, before getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, Claire? Claire is Cal's wife, by the way. So hey, what's up to her? Shout out to her. Very, very good. Glad she's watching. We see him. He's donning the white dragon, which is a character from the comics. You know what I mean?
Legit. And the costume design, I checked, is really close.
Yeah, it's pretty much
how ridiculous it is.
Spot on there. And what they did with the KKK hoods, it's funny they did them like usually when you see the KKK hoods, they usually go
it's like a straight point.
Yeah,
and
but
here
it's the devil horns.
Here it's the devil horns, much like the white dragon.
Yeah. So they kind of changed that a little bit here, which I thought was kind of a nice change there. How they made it kind of look different there. So you kind of see that. So you have all these things culminating, eventually to the penultimate episode, and then what's going to happen in the final episode. Eventually, all these different elements, because now the police are after Peacemaker because the correction got cleared up of, now people know that it was Peacemaker who was there instead of his father, who they framed. So the police are, coming after him. Which was, kind of and then whenever it's him and Vigilante, they have really great chemistry, bouncing off each other, really, really well. Vigilante is just so, he's not stupid, but he's so just kind of either really naive or just really just silly.
He is off.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
you talk to that character, and there's just something that's off with him.
Yeah,
it's like the mind is a prism that is best run away from, not towards.
Yeah.
Yeah. The longer the show goes on, the more I have to re-diagnose him. Because at first I was like, no, okay, he has tendencies to psychopathy. He's a sociopath. No. He does have emotions. He's probably a psychopath. More closer. And now I'm like, no, he's a narcissist that has sociopathic tendencies. He has emotions. He just doesn't know how to deal with them in any way, and so he just runs away from it. He feigns sociopathy. And he's like, or like me, someone who doesn't have emotions. And you're like, no, you're just projecting, you little shit.
Yeah.
He's funny as fuck, though.
Yeah, it very much is. Like, when it's
he's funny as shit. He has incredible chemistry with John Cena and with the entire cast. Freddie Stroma, he's probably up there with my favorite interpretations of the character because it is not true to
not even close.
The comic version of Vigilante.
Yeah,
in any way, shape, or form. But he is so entertaining to watch.
The costume is the closest to that character. That's the closest thing.
This show, it's incredible at adapting these like ridiculous costumes that you see from the books. Like Peacemaker's got a really dumb costume, so does the White Dragon, and Vigilante, they nailed it. They nailed the aesthetic. It still feels like real world, but also that it's like you take a step back. It's like, what the fuck?
I love John Cena's Peacemaker. To me, his costume always makes you laugh because it's so tight on him. It just looks so awkward. He's got these huge biceps, and he just looks like he's strutting uncomfortably through it with those big boots.
Oh yeah, and the episode 6 here opens up great because it does like he's doing a show and tell type thing where he shows up to in front of the kids class. That's a great open. It was a great opening here.
Janitor returns and funny effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that was I think a really great thing. And he's just just such an asshole. Like giving every kid that raises his hand, he gives them like a stupid nickname. It's like, oh, you just sees a kid with glasses. Kid's not even black.
You
he just
calls.
Eyes. You know what I mean? Calls him Urkel and all this other stuff. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, just because the kid's got glasses, he's not even black. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
It's like an Asian kid, fucking Rubik's Cube world champion.
Yeah.
I love how they often comment. I love how they also comment on the fact, even in the same episode, why he does all these bullying things and the parasitic things. It's like, because he's insecure in himself and he doesn't know how to project it otherwise. And so he's like, well, people call me a bully. That hurts my feelings, and we're like, well, you're being an asshole.
Yeah. And he tries his best. You know what I mean? He's like, well, you can't say Oriental anymore. You can't really say that word anymore.
And he doesn't know why. He just knows that you don't.
Yeah, he's just
and that one line is like, oh no, the straight white man having the insufferable prison of having to maybe substitute one word for another.
He's like, I said fine, okay? I wasn't getting against it. I was just saying fine. I just didn't know why, okay? Now I know.
So I mean, the show is. I mean, it's really great at doing that and kind of balancing elements, which I think
also pokes fun in that kind of like pushback too, which is also fun.
Yeah, which is I think
you can tell that James Gunn is a guy that.
Oh, you cut out
because he has some. You can tell that James Gunn is a guy that spends a lot of time on Twitter because he has a lot of that internet discourse around subjects like this down to a T.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I do see he's on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter. Very much. I see him all the time there. Yeah.
I do feel bad for the cops though. I genuinely do feel bad.
James Gunn is not a kind man to characters. Yeah. Especially in both the Suicide Squad and this, because I think they dropped in the Suicide Squad that if you get taken over by Starro, you're dead.
Yeah.
And it looks like a similar situation here.
Oh, they explain in depth in episode 5. If you're taken over, you're completely dead. You are just a husk being puppeteered. There's no salvaging. There's no saving you. The process to do it requires you to basically destroy the brain to get to the control.
Yeah, and
any organ in the meantime.
And this is the first time we've actually seen it in action, and it's terrifying.
It's horrifying.
Which I was kind of sad. I did like that detective. I did like her.
I liked her and her partner.
I keep remembering that every time I see him in something bad, I keep getting reminded that Lachlan Monroe is a hell of a comic actor. Because he was incredible in stuff like a Scary Movie and even White Chicks, which is not a good movie, but he's a lot of fun in.
Right, he was in that. Oh, wow. Yeah, he was that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You're going back old school.
And even like a Little Man, where he just like punts fucking Marlon Wayans.
Yeah. He is a very good comedic actor, and he's good here. And in this episode, you see the butterflies take over the entire police station. And I guess
give credit to
a pretty badass slow motion montage with that James Gunn always has in everything that he does.
can we give credit to the actress who plays the female
detective? Yeah, Annie Chang, who plays Detective Sophie Song. I haven't seen her in much. She's had small roles in stuff like Grey's Anatomy and stuff like Master of None. She is wonderful in it, and she sells both characters as Annie, as Detective Song, and then as the now possessed by the goth butterfly.
Yeah, I think the scene that haunts me the most is like when they're talking and she's about to leave, and she's like, she did care for you a bit, but it doesn't really matter. Enjoy what you got. And then she like tries to smile, and it's the most haunting, disturbing thing. Like you can see there's like a genuine intent to make it meaningful. The smile means something.
Yeah, but and then they just like it's like. Fuck, everyone doesn't realize that smiling is different on every human head. You gotta like relearn it over and over again, which is called back to in one of the most disturbing shots in the last few scenes.
They're all smiling and it's all awkward.
They're all trying to smile, but it's like they don't know how to.
Yeah. Right.
And I guess
reminded me a lot of the manga Parasite.
And I guess if one butterfly is in one host, another butterfly can come in there, because the guy that was the sheriff or the one in charge, I mean, he already had a butterfly.
He wasn't a butterfly.
Oh, okay. He wasn't. Oh, okay.
It was the relationship between Myrn, his previous life.
Oh, okay.
That's how they knew each other.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like one of the butterflies that was working with
No, he was calling on a favor from the human side of him.
Oh. He was friends with Myrn before Myrn got butterflied.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That's when episode 5, he's like, we killed a lot of people in jungles and stuff like that. He goes, we did a lot of things in those jungles.
Oh,
okay. And it's just kind of things like that. And he's like, look, I just need this thing taken care of. And you can tell, like, he's very distant and he doesn't, there's no, like, I don't want to do anything with you, but I need your help.
Yeah, and that guy is scary as shit. That's Captain Locke, who's played by Christopher Heyerdahl.
He's like taking care of those cops, and he's like, "No, please don't." And he's like repeating their words.
No, please don't.
Like he's heard it a million times.
I thought again, this continues to be a strong show. And it's funny that this episode 6 kind of things really shit hits the fan here, because in the last episode it was such a cool bonding moment between the whole team, and they took the group photo and made a group chat, and they
11th Street team for life.
11th Street kids.
Yeah, so that I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, which a cool like behind the scenes thing. That's actually the entire like cast group chat. They literally call it the 11th Street Kids.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's a fun little thing there. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
See, Boba Fett? This is how you actually do a show in 8 episodes while maintaining tension throughout.
Yeah,
and for one thing, Peacemaker actually appears in Peacemaker, and
he doesn't always succeed, but he at least does something, like taping a grenade to a torpedo or some crap.
Yeah.
And you also get, I think, probably the best. John Cena, he's been great in all of these, balancing the more comic stuff with genuine heartfelt emotion. And you have this long sequence of John Cena actually playing the piano in this, playing this like piano version of Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue.
Recognize the melody.
It's hauntingly beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And it's just so much because Peacemaker, yes, Chris Smith, he's a guy that was not encouraged to express himself creatively and artistically. It was more just you kill people and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not watching the show, watch it, man. I mean, it's a great show. I think
I personally,
at this point,
this is the best comic book show to come out since Daredevil.
I don't know. That's tough. I think The Boys is really great. I think
every time I think about like it's this, The Boys, or Daredevil.
I think also Watchmen is also really great. I don't know. Watchmen is also really great. The Boys.
Yeah, you know what, Nick? I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree. I like Boys and more than Preacher. Although sometimes Preacher's pretty good. I gotta say, this is probably my favorite show of these kind of superhero stuff since really Daredevil. I haven't really been like excited for an episode since I have, where I'm like, oh shit, how's this gonna work? Because nobody's safe. For a second, I thought I was gonna go into vigilante. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna go that way. We're gonna lose this character.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then Judo Master, he still has to come back. He's been gone for 2
episodes. Judo Master needs to join the team and say like what he was trying to say.
Yeah. So he's still up there. I mean, he's been going through hell. I mean, he got hit in the head and he got shot. And he's still up there though.
Still being like sedated.
Yeah, the next 2 episodes are gonna be fucking nuts because you have so many elements coming together. You have the butterflies taking over the police station. You have the white dragon coming to kill Peacemaker. You have the entire thing of them having to go kill the cow.
And there's a warrant, like a mass warrant.
And there's a massive manhunt for Peacemaker now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just made his job a billion times harder.
Yeah. So can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, honestly.